Okay, welcome everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing? Wow, what a day it has been, not necessarily on the chart, but my day has been quite crazy. Hopefully you had a good quote-unquote final day of the week, as it is Friday. The weekend is around the corner, and most commonly during the weekend, price moves sideways. So it's going to be interesting to see what the weekend will give us. The markets will be open till 10, well, Central European time zone, 10 p.m. tonight. If there is going to be any significant action, then generally you would expect it to be before Saturday hits. And then once it's Saturday, usually there's going to be a sideways range. Doesn't mean you don't have movement. You can still trade, but it's more sideways, more complex price action most of the time. So let's chat. And in today's live stream, what I'm gonna cover first of all is the video that I made today. I'm gonna stop Spotify here, so I just want to talk about the video I made today and my day in the morning, and then we move into like saying hi, and then get into the chart. Now, this morning, before I get to chat, I woke up and I looked at the chart, and when I woke up, let's see, the chart was somewhere here, and I was like, well, nothing actually changed compared to my update yesterday. So I was like, you know what, instead of making a normal update, I am going to upload an educational video about channels. And this is a topic, a subject that has been requested many times, both in live streams, both in the comment section, in Discord, in Telegram, many different places. And I was like, yeah, I'll be able to make this video in the morning and then put it online in the morning. And then I go live at 2:30 p.m. Central European time because we have some news today. And then in the evening, another update. That was the plan. However, I underestimated how much work it is to make this video. So I spent pretty much the whole morning and then the afternoon till when the video was online, which is about an hour ago, I think 1.5 hours ago or something. I'm refreshing the page here. Maybe the time is updated. So no, still 1 hour ago. So basically from the moment I woke up in the morning, I continuously worked on this video. And when this video was rendering, I finally had the opportunity to eat because interestingly, I that's usually what I do is I wake up, I go to the chart, I check the chart, do my analysis, make the video, and then I'm gonna have breakfast. But it was a bit of a late late breakfast this time. Should change that around. Should first eat and then make the video. But so my plan for the day was a little bit messed up because this took a lot of time, but it's out there. And in my opinion, for me, this is how I run the channel. This is how I want the brand Koens to be, and what it should represent is quality always comes first before quantity. And this video took a lot more work than I initially expected, but mainly because while I was working on the content, on the channels, on the designs, on the examples, I kept the quality in mind, and I want peak quality content, right? So it took a lot longer to make, but you have a better video, more information, more tips, more insights, and hopefully at the end of the day, more profits with what you're learning in this video. How to channel the correct way, the best way to use channels, how to draw and use them in trending structures. And I use the impulse as the main trending structure, as that is a trending structure. So make sure to check it out. If you haven't, make sure to do that after the live stream. Because else we're gonna end up with 0 viewers here if all of you are gonna watch the video. I respect it. I would respect the enthusiasm, but please stick around. So that is basically my day. And then when the video was online at I don't know, 3 p.m. ish, no, later, 3:30 p.m. or whatever, an hour ago, I was like, I need a break. So between posting that video online and being live now, I did other work, because it's not like a break as in I don't do anything, but I decided to do some other stuff that I still had to do, and I still have quite a lot to do because my whole planning is shifted backwards. But yeah, the weekend is coming, so I can do some stuff on Sunday, Saturday, and whatnot. So yeah, how are you doing? Do you have any interesting plans for the weekend as well? My plan is to tomorrow go to Monaco with my wife in the like probably the end of the morning. We go to Monaco, and we're gonna have lunch there. We got to visit a few shops as well. We have an appointment with one, so we're gonna check that, and then probably be home for the evening, chilling. Maybe a live stream. We'll see. Weekend is always random. So and then Sunday is altcoin stream. So yeah, traveling to Croatia. Jeez, holiday. Nice, Christian. Enjoy. So welcome everyone. Mohib, Trez. 1 second here. Regarding the up move from 50. Okay, so I actually got to look at your comment with the chart. Trez had a very good comment yesterday about wave 3, which is potentially the shortest structure in this move to the upside. By the way, if you would channel this move to the upside, it never breaks out wave 3. It's not a must, but interesting in combination with channels. So the move from 59, yeah, to 69, the only way for it to be valid impulse is if the start of 3 is a 1-2, 1-2. And so wave 3 ends at the spike 67.8, which is this one here. No. Oh, wait. Yes, the spike. Yeah, this one. Okay, yes, I get it. This is... Let me go to the 1 hour time frame here. 1 hour time frame. I do like to see the local price section. Okay, there we go. So, yes, the spike, which was here. And then you have a double 1-2. So 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5. That's your first. And then 4, 5. If so, then wave something breaks above base channel. That would be wave 3 breaks above the base channel. And wave 4 returns sharply inside. Wave 4 retraces 50% of 3. That's fine. Wave 4 looks valid as a mini crash. Yeah, so sharp wave 4, very long or a longer wave 2, alternating with wave 2, yeah. Wave 5 or 5 breaks short of the base channel. Yeah, that's no problem, of course. You don't use the base channel really for wave 5. As for spiking like that, it looks like wave 3 is a diagonal. Wave 3 has an ending diagonal then, I guess, because a wave 3 can never be a full diagonal, right? So you can have a leading diagonal in 3 or an ending. So wave 1 or 5 in 3 can be a diagonal. That would be true. And then after a diagonal, you would expect a sharp move. But yeah, first of all, like, I really applaud your thinking and your research. I think that is very important. And it's also nice you check the chart yourself, sharing your own thoughts, your own ideas, how you analyze this bit of price action, because yeah, is it impulsive? Is it corrective? That is, of course, the bigger question. At least on a higher time frame, this is clearly to the downside, a three-wave structure, so it increases probabilities to still take out this high at some stage, right? So this move to the upside, yeah, we can count it as an impulse. Alternatively, where there's still the WXY option as well. I would at the moment like to count it as an impulse, also because of the three-wave nature of the move down here, where you still expect the high to be taken. And if on a daily time frame you look for the diagonal, if it's finished, then after a wave 5 of the diagonal, preferably you get a deep retracement, not a flat. So therefore, I would preferably, take the high and then get a retracement, not being a flat, but then end the diagonal higher, or a multi 1-2, get a flat in a 2. It kind of like leads to the same price action. But when you mentioned this wave 3 here yesterday, I think it's really good that you check your chart, do your analysis, share your thoughts, and it makes everyone wiser, including me as well. Sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, I didn't actually check that, and that was one of those moments yesterday as well, as I came back from holiday, not checking the chart for a long period of time, so I haven't deep dived into things, and I think it was great that you shared it. So very good, very good. From starting the triangle east, just the beggar 1-2. Yeah, the double 1-2. Yeah, absolutely. GTB sleeper, local 886 is touched. Yeah, so the 886 here is touched, which basically means that this move down has a low probability of being an impulsive structure. That is correct. I know we're jumping in, like I read the comments, we kind of like jump into analysis as well, but in a way. But yeah, we hit the 886, so therefore the only thing you know now is, well, this move to the downside is unlikely to be a wave 1 of an impulse, right? So that is the info that you have. You won't count this as a 1-2 as your highest probability scenario. However, it doesn't change the fact that for me, this move up still looks very corrective. And I'll talk more about that when we go into the full analysis part of the stream. Flotty, welcome. Beautiful blue badge. Nice to have you here. Flotty is one of the viewers that received the most hearts so far on the channel. Every time you comment, I read your comment, I reply to your comment, and I heart the comment as well, as a confirmation of like seeing it, reading it, replying. Standard business, and Flotty already has over 300 and I don't know what of those hearts. It's insane. Have a good weekend, Flotty. Dejan, welcome. Jeremy, what you doing? It's morning there, it seems. Top of the morning to you. Afternoon now here, almost evening by the way, but welcome, Jeremy. Anything I need to do that you recommend? Have you filled in the form, Joe Costa? By the way, first of all, welcome to Diamond. Second, have you filled in the form? Maybe someone wants to tag Joe Costa and post the form just to be sure. And if you filled in the form, then we will get you sorted. But welcome to the Diamond Squad. And there's going to be some membership changes. I will post about that next week, start of November, because from 2025, some things will change with regards to the memberships. But I'll inform everyone in like around the start of November, and then everyone has 2 months to decide on what they want to do. But more about that comes later. Saraga, Jeroen, welcome. Rosie, anyone from LA? Dodgers have to play now. Mr. Welcome. Thunderin, how are you doing? Eva, good to have you here, Eva. Welcome from Lithuania. Parames, average kiddo. I'm doing good, thanks. Good, thanks. Good day so far. Yota, Reels, Rodney, Dara, Docs, what is, what not. I know, right? Croatia. Do you use the 618 as a stop loss for a potential wave 4? If I would trade a wave 4, then the stop would be at the 618, as that is it's like an invalidation. So it's pretty much an invalidation anyway. So yes, if one would look for a wave 4, trade a wave 4, then of course one has to keep in mind where do you enter, right? You need entry requirements, but having the 618 as a max stop loss, yes, absolutely, from an Elliott wave point of view. No Monaco casino? Nah, we are not going to the casino tomorrow. So we have an appointment at a shop. We want to have lunch, just chill a bit, and then go back again. So it's going to be a fun afternoon. Carl, welcome. Markets Mike, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Second time in a row now that you're here. 374 Lon, good to have you here. Wizard Nuke, what's up, bro? Beer a bit, what's up? I've just, by the way, seen your messages, Beer a bit, before the live stream. I haven't read the last two. I read the first one, but at least now you know that I've read them. Whenever I get DMs, I generally don't read them immediately because of all the other stuff happening, but I have seen your first message. The last two I haven't read because I was reading while I then had to go live, but at least you know I'm working on it, so reply is coming soon. Yeah, let's we're gonna go into the chats. Matthias, welcome from the other side of the world. Yocosta, yes indeed, the the Google form. Odin, thank you. I appreciate it. New subscriber. Welcome, Jan. Jan Nordling. I really like your videos and how you explain for beginners why you consider certain patterns as a certain wave type. Thank you, Jan, and I appreciate it. One of the big goals I had for the channel when I started 1 year and 8 months ago is education, is teaching people how to fish. And not necessarily giving fish. I don't do anything with signals and stuff. I don't share trades. I don't show P&Ls and all that stuff because it draws the wrong audience for me. It's not the audience I want. It's not the people I want. I think it's a lot more important to teach people Elliott waves, first of all, it's the goal of the channel, but teaching people how to fish using some of the techniques that I use. And of course, a big one is Elliott waves. So I'm glad you enjoy the types of content on the channel, the different formats. And I appreciate you writing as well and being a new sub, by the way. We just passed 14K subscribers yesterday. Everyone, you're watching, thank you for supporting the channel and being a subscriber. 14,000, insane. Finally, we left the 13K, so that's good. Yo Costa, must have took, welcome. welcome. Hicham, what's up? I don't know if this was Cola, but good to have you here. Batman car in Monaco, not yet, I think. Not yet. Yo, Izzy, how you doing? I just got back from a cottage break myself. Nice, man. Hopefully your cottage break was nice. Sometimes you need to just calm down and chill. Do nothing for a short while. Sounds like you did. Cottage break, very, very nice. Also, Izzy, there might be an interesting new campaign for you on Blowfin. Yo Costa, welcome. Because it's mainly for it's volume related. You'll see it. Must have took. What's up? JP Dogam. Let's start. Can you reveal anything will change about membership? It will come in. I'm finalizing things, so it will come in early November. We're good in. It's going to be some memberships will change a little bit on what's offered, and then the pricing will change as well as. I now also professionalize the YouTube channel, the brand, the direction, where I want to go to, what audience I want to attract. So in the beginning, I guess, many entrepreneurs here will kind of know that when you start a company, maybe like in the very early stages, you may start. Some people have a very clear plan and they just know their vision and they go. But the YouTube channel for me was almost like an accident. I never really planned on this channel growing this big, but so in the beginning, I did a lot of different things that didn't necessarily I didn't have a vision yet or a branding or where do I want to go? What position do I want in the market? What audience do I want to attract? Everything kind of just happened. And now I have been thinking more and more about where do I want to go? How do I see the brand, the channel, the audience to attract? And those type of things are going to be reflected in what's going to happen in 2025 as well. And there's going to be other stuff that will happen in 2025 from an educational point of view, not just slight changes in memberships, in pricing, in value, but also a separate platform, a website, and other stuff. It's going to be fun. So, okay, before I continue chatting, because I can chat with you for hours, as you guys know, the longest stream we ever did was 6 hours. It's time to start. Because maybe I need an agenda. Whenever I go live, say hi for like 10 minutes and then start with the analysis, as people then kind of know, okay, this is when he's going to start his analysis, instead of, Koen is talking for 20 minutes, nothing happened. Okay, 25 minutes on the clock. We can be pretty short and sweet with the analysis. I want to focus on the more local time frame, and so let's start. First of all, right, so this is the area of the chart that we focus on. First of all, we clearly have a three-wave structure to the downside, right? Zigzag family structure. Now, because this first structure to the downside has a higher probability of being a corrective structure, not an impulsive structure. An impulsive structure would have been a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. We have a 3 wave, not a 5 wave. A diagonal, there's no diagonal here. If we want to count a diagonal, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's too early to do that stuff. Or a multi 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, invalidated, right, took the high. So higher probabilities, this is a 3-wave corrective structure, which therefore increases the probabilities on, actually I should be on the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour daily time frame to still take out this high. So the general bias from a Elliott wave point of view is to still look for this high to be taken. However, if we look at the low, and the move towards the upside, then the move towards the upside here, from a probabilities perspective in Elliott waves, also has a higher probability of being corrective, not impulsive. And I will open my folders here in a second, so you know the scenarios that I keep an eye on. But we can do the same trick here. We have a move to the upside. Is this impulsive? Well, if it is impulsive, we need to look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to look for a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correction, continuation, or a multi 1-2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you get your big 3. Now let's see, an impulse. Can we count an impulse to the upside here? We need a 5-wave move. Okay, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Incorrect. It's not allowed. Your wave 4 is too deep. It hit the 618. Invalidation of a wave 4. Very, very low probabilities for that to happen. Right? So counting an impulse to the upside here is tricky. Counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and this as a 5, right? Making this your 1, this your 2, and then a 3, 4, 5, right? This would need to be a diagonal because you have overlap. If this is your 4, right? This is your 3, and then this is your 5. You have overlap between the price action of 1 and the price action of 4, which is represented by pulling a horizontal, and you can see price overlapped with the high. Now, overlap is what you like to see in a diagonal structure. So in this case, what you're then looking at is something like this. However, the problem is that your wave 5 here is longer than your wave 3, which is not allowed. So you take a trend-based fib from the start to the end of 3 to the end of 4, toggle on the 1-to-1, and you can see that the 1-to-1 has been wicked, right? So 5 longer than 3 is not allowed. So not great. So an impulse to the upside, there's no clear impulsive structure here towards the upside. A diagonal doesn't really work. 5 is longer than 3, so it invalidates a diagonal. And then you have a multi 1-2, but in a multi 1-2, we actually wanted to see strong continuation, being a 1-2, 1-2, boom. Never got the boom. So yeah, at the moment, probabilities are higher that this move to the upside is corrective and not impulsive, which increases the probabilities, by the way, to, at a bare minimum, continue the range, as well as increase probabilities to take out the low. Because this is corrective, lower probabilities, it is impulsive, automatically increases probabilities to take the low. So you can see that if we zoom out to a 4-hour time frame, okay, we got a 3-wavy move to the downside from the high, increases probabilities to take out this high. Okay, that's cool, right? So it depends on the time frame you trade, the way you trade, and all the good stuff. But the general bias on a higher time frame is, okay, we're still looking for that high to be taken. But more locally on the lower time frames, this structure to the upside is a low probability impulsive structure, which therefore increases the probabilities that this move down is only the beginning of a bigger 3-wave corrective structure. And this then leads me to what you see on the chart right now. A bigger 3-wave corrective structure in a WXY or a flat. Now, this move here, by the way, can only be the first structure of a bigger wave X as well. The weekend is coming up. Generally, the weekend is a ranging structure as well. So if we don't have any great volatility before the weekend, then expectation would be to just go sideways for that period of time, which would support the X more. Also, this being potential already a finished 3-wave structure. WXY. But this is what we are looking at basically. So we have the WXY, the ABC. In both cases, probability is higher to still look for the low to be taken below 65, and as a bare minimum, continue the range. Yeah. Inside your, or this move to the upside, right? So this move to the upside, 50-minute time frame, can quite nicely be counted as a double zigzag, where we then have our ABC, correction in X, and another ABC, where the target area for your C is hit. As you can see here, the white box and the fibs have been touched, so not too shabby. And that works perfectly well. So there's the potential for your finished WXY here, finished three-wave corrective structure, and then you look for a new corrective structure. Now, in this scenario, you could put your X here, and then you look for A, B, C. Would be quite interesting to do that before the weekend, but because we touched the 886 here, taken from this high to the low, increasing the probabilities, or decreasing probabilities. This is an impulse for a 1, 2, 3 wave move to the downside, right? Higher probabilities if that happens, it's an ABC, not an impulse. But therefore, because of the potential finish WXY here, looking for a wave Y now, taking out the high, maybe even this high, could be quite interesting. So yeah. Probabilities, higher time frame, still look for the high, but locally this move up, higher probability it's corrective, so still locally probability is higher to take out this low. So it's interesting, right? It's almost like, wait, Koen, you say that so price can take the high or price can take the low. You know, I can already see it happen. And I would say, yes, that's absolutely correct. But we're talking about different structures, and of course, depending on the type of trader you are, you either be very patient or get involved. And on a 4-hour daily time frame, still looking for the high, but locally move up, higher probability it's corrective, still take out the low, higher probabilities in that case. And do we first move down to take out the low? Or do you first take out the high? Well, by all means, if we would move up right now and take out the high, the probabilities are higher. You're going to fall back into the range to look for your wave Y or your wave C, and then only later do you come back up for continuation, right? That's the difference. So can we take this high also in the bearish case? Yes. But if we do, the probabilities are higher. You're not going to see continuation. Probabilities are higher. You're going to fall back down. While if you have your wave Y or C to the downside, right, or at least bare minimum continuation of the range, and you're finished, and you then go back up, there's the probability for, or potential for, just continuation to the upside. So it's more bullish, in other words. Okay. Most bullish scenario would have been a finished three-wave structure continuation. We explained why the probabilities are lower for that to happen, because this move to the upside doesn't really support a impulse diagonal or multi 1-2, which are the three bullish structures you would like to see. So that is basically what's going on locally. Do we have anything on the CVD? Haven't really checked CVD a lot today. We had a bullish CVD that played out, bearish CVD played out. I need to refresh my tab, a little bit laggy. Locally, not much happening. This range is still very, very new. The bullish CVD here played out as well on the 15. So this one here. But we still have we still have these bullish CVDs that would be taking out the high. Yeah, let's see what happens locally. So yeah, that's basically it. Of course, we had a bit of news, 2:30 p.m. But yeah, that's it. The next news item is Tuesday. I actually don't really know when the elections are. Oh wait, here. Okay, cool. There we go. November 5th. Ooh, that will be interesting. 4 p.m. I'll be live. So yeah, should be interesting price action on that day. So yeah, that's basically it locally. So yeah. Jan, good question. So the CVD is not an indicator on TradingView. It is on a platform called AGGR, which is free, open, public. Everyone can use it. So I'll show you the link here. 1 second. So if you go to the Good to Know channel in Discord link is in the description. Go to the Good to Know channel here, and then you scroll up. This is the website. You can also just put it in your browser right now, but charts.aggr.trade. This is a one-pager that I made about CVD, including a YouTube video, which you can find on my YouTube homepage. It should be at the top of the homepage, if not in the educational playlist, about CVD. So you can download this. And here is the template without the lines, and the template with the lines. You just go to this message here in the Koens Updates channel. Yeah, that's where you can find all the info about CVD. Yo, Max, wait. That makes me wait. I remind myself that I think you wrote me in Discord on one of the final days. 1 second, yeah. Well, I have to reply to Beerabit as well with the logos. I think you live in Cape Town. No, someone tagged me. Oh, here, yeah, Max on the 17th. Love to meet. So bad that I didn't reply. So I'll explain why that is, by the way. So the final days of my holiday. So first of all, sorry we didn't meet. The good thing is I'll be back in March. So we're going to put something in the agenda for the start of March, end of February 2025. Okay, that's a promise. That's a promise. Now the reason, so you wrote it on the 17th, 9 p.m. So the reason I didn't see this is on the 17th, I was with the dad or the parents of Ashley, which is my wife, and other family. And we were having dinner. And then on the 18th was the birthday of the dad. So we were out the whole day. So that was on Friday, I believe. That was his birthday, but it wasn't yet the party. We were just spending time with him the whole day. And then on the 19th was his birthday party. So we had the party the whole day. On Sunday, we then saw some other friends and other family because it was our second last day or last day. What was it? Second last day or last days in 1920. So that's Sunday. We left again on 22. So on the 20th, we saw some family like the grandma as well of grandparents of Ashley. And the 21st was our pretty much like final total day where we spent time with her sister, which lives in Somerset West. And then we slept over there. On the 22nd, we were still in Somerset West, and then we went from there to the airport. Holy moly. So I saw I don't actually know exactly when I saw your comment, but when I read it, I mean, clearly I didn't reply, so I'm so sorry for that, but I was doing other stuff. Yeah, this was my agenda, so yeah. Busy time. So we'll meet in March. Yeah, absolutely. Let me have a quick peek here, see where we were. We were here. Yo, Rudy, how you doing? I had a massive eye infection from going horse riding during the break. No idea why. I'm not allergic to them. Wow. Oh, shit, man. Oh, man, I hate problems with the eyes. Hopefully you're doing better, Darpan. Hopefully you're doing better. Hopefully your eye got clear of the infection, or just your body in general is not it's not painful anymore, your eye. From horse riding. Yeah. Is it horse riding? Is it something else? By all means, it's shit. So hopefully you're doing better. Take a good amount of rest, and then come back to the charts later again, no? Or to trading. Messi, welcome. If you ever get your brand associated with a nice watch, let me know. I'm looking for a decent AP. I have been in touch with Jacob & Co. I am in touch with Rolex, but they don't really, customize that sort of stuff. Like Jacob & Co. is more of a company that can customize a watch. You can put it on the market, not necessarily on their website, unless you're Cristiano Ronaldo, and then people in the community could get the watch as well. So that would be one way. I've not been in touch with many other brands really, like IWC or AP or any others. And it's not like being in touch to create. Like, it's just I have an interest in watches. I like watches. And it's not like, I'm going to reach out to a brand to see if they can customize a watch. But I was in touch with Jacob & Co. for one of their watches. And then as we had a conversation, he eventually said, like, you can also customize a watch if you want to, depending on your budget, which of course is interesting. But I'm not sure if it might be a bit too early in the journey of the channel as well to do things like this. And Rolex in general is a nice. I like the brand. Some people talk about it. Prices are too high and too low. I don't generally look too much at. I just like a watch or I don't like a watch. Yeah. So if I like it and the price is right for me, then I'll just get it, and that's that. I really like blue dials. I wear a lot of blue clothes as well. So I'm always a fan of blue. In the Rolex collection, I like the Datejust, the Wimbledon, and the President Day. Wimbledon is a gray dial, but it's more sporty, and I'm a very sportive person. The Datejust is more chic, casual, and the President is more performance goals. Like that. That's like it's a great watch, but they don't really do custom stuff. So yeah, We'll see. Maybe Jacob & Co. someday could be a nice first entry into having a custom watch for the community. Mind you, if you are watching, Jacob & Co. is a pricey brand. So it's not like a custom, I don't know what's Swatch or Seiko. I don't know if the lower things. I'm not too knowledgeable about the whole industry. But yeah. We'll see. If you Darpan, by the way, if you see a good AP, like, let me know in DMs. I'm interested. Don't know too much yet about AP myself. It's impulsive. You consider expanding flat. Wave 4 overlapping with wave 1, and we didn't as well. Wave 3 is not the shortest. In a diagonal, it's impulsive if you consider an expanding flat. I'm not sure. I don't see like an expanding flat here. Maybe you look for ABC in this case, but then you would need to end an impulse here, which then leads to wave 4 being too deep, really. I'm not really sure if that's the price action that you talk about. Never got the boom. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. What's the name of the CVD indicators you have? Answer that question. Did you enjoy my yes? So answer that one as well. Pleasure, Jan. Always a pleasure. Is there a way to get all your trend lines as a template? I guess with trend lines, I would guess you mean the Fibonacci's, because I actually don't really use trend lines. But if you talk about the fibs, then unfortunately there's no opportunity to make this a downloadable template. However, I guess just by watching, you'll get a good idea of what all my templates are, because I use them, of course, all the time, both in the normal Fibonacci as the trend-based, and in gold, which is the gold membership. I have a video where I go through every Fibonacci for every structure. Another thing that you can do is, by the way, you can go to this website because a lot of the information and targets come from this website as well, which is in the description. So in the description, you scroll down, there's a bit.ly Elliott Wave detailed link with a laptop emoji in front. Right, scroll down a little bit, Elliott Wave education title. You'll find this website, which is great, and you will see a lot of the targets I use. Some of my targets are a little bit different due to experience, other sources, and but you get a great. It's such a good website. It's a great foundation for what you want to for your question, I suppose. And second, you can go to the Elliott Wave Beginner's Guide playlist, where I have all the different structures. Everything you need to know about Elliott Waves is in here. It's very short, very quick, very, very to the point. No bullshit. I think there's only 2 videos longer than 8 minutes in this whole playlist, covering every Elliott Wave scenario. So probably good to at least know a little bit about Elliott Waves, but this is also where all the targets and stuff are visible. But I can't share the fibs. Do you see any bearish scenario once we take out 69.5? Bearish would probably mean take out the low, which can take us under 49k is the next message. Yeah, so, I mean, the answer to that question is... not really. It's just not high probabilities. It's just not high probabilities. This would be your best bet. The problem here is, so okay, let's cover the 2 daily bearish scenarios just for the sake of answering the question. So the reason why the probabilities for this one are low is you have an expanding diagonal, right? Expanding, look at the trend lines, expanding diagonal in your wave 1 or A. You have a 3-wave 2B, and then you move down in your C. Now, in this particular case, you then have a W, zigzag, X, and then a wave Y. So it's a double zigzag, but wave X touched 07, which is lowering probabilities for a double zigzag as well. And preferably your wave Y would be in here. And this is not a wave 4 or whatever. Preferably this is a finished structure now. So you have your A, B, and then your finished C. If you do take out the high, then your only option would be to count this as 4 or 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go down to get a WXY. It's just, the problem would be that locally it doesn't really fit, counting this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then look for a 5. Can we come up with anything else here? A, B, no. A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E. No, so triangles don't work if this is your low and then move up. 1 or A, 2 or B. B is A, B, C. C takes A is also not allowed. If this is an A, okay, if this would be A, B, C, D, E, no. W, X, Y, no, it doesn't work. You can't have a double zigzag where wave X moves above your W. Of course, if this is a wave A, it needs to be a 5-wave structure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which already has many problems itself. But basically what I'm looking for is, can you make this A and then blah, 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 B, and then C. So I guess your A is, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the problem now is that if this is your 4, this is your 2, meaning this is 1. You now have overlap between 1 and 4, meaning you have to think about a diagonal. But in a diagonal, all of the waves should be 3-wave structures. So that means, I guess that's your, well, I guess that's your, that's not bad actually. It would be your best option. Maybe we do this. Look, quote unquote best, because it still sucks. I don't want to remove Control Z, hello? Oh, damn. Gotta refresh my chart for my Control Z to be accurate again. 1 second, drinking my hot chocolate. It's a healthy hot chocolate though. You know, my wife is very good in cooking and making all sorts of drinks as well. It's just like a healthy variant of hot chocolate. And me not complaining. A, B, and if you then have your C, then we do this, and then we do this, and this, and this. Nope. Then we need our B and 2 to end higher. So C has to be an ending diagonal in a C needs 3 wave structures in all of the waves. So the only way to make this very bearish, taking out the high, would be for you to have an ending diagonal where we then count this as a 3 wave structure, correction, 3 wave structure, correction, 3 wave structure. Take out the high. This is then your 1, your 2, your 3. We're looking for 4, and then you have your 5, and then we do this, and then this. Beautiful. Now, of course, if you hit the 886 taken from all-time high to 49k, the probabilities significantly go down that you're looking for wave 2. Which is the problem if you take the high here at 69, of course. Oh, wait, did I say all-time high at 73? Not 69. 73 to 49. So, yeah, this would be, arguably, this would be your most bearish scenario. So it's a zigzag. Two issues here, of course, is one is A needs to be a 5 waver. Or alternatively, you need to do this. But then your A is incredibly short in time compared to a very big wave C. And your wave B has to be a flat. It's not clean Elliott waves, but this would be an idea which I guess we can keep in mind for the fun and the giggles. So yeah. Did I enjoy South Africa, Cape Town? Absolutely, yeah. So I've been there many times now. First time was 2017, and yeah, I always love coming there. I gotta say, we like, even my wife who grew up in Cape Town, sometimes we are a little bit nervous in a way because of the crime stuff, but I never had problems. Period. I've done really stupid stuff the first time I went to South Africa backpacking. Never had problems. I hitchhiked on my second day in Johannesburg. I went into a crazy taxi as well, and I did a township tour. Yeah, I would never do it again. But those are memories I will never forget. Only in hindsight are you sometimes, do you sometimes realize like, oh, wasn't too smart. But I didn't prepare on what South Africa is. I just booked a flight and went, basically. I got myself a backpack and off we went. Stellenbosch University can take you wine tasting. We're in. I don't actually drink a lot of wine. I'm not really someone that drinks a lot of alcohol in general, but I'm happy to go wine tasting. I'll take my wife with. Patrick, welcome. Lang verhaal, lekker korto. Or what's that quote? No, goed punt. Lang verhaal. What was it? I don't know. My brain's not working. Welcome, Patrick. Good to have you here. The moustache got to go up or down? That's a question for the Oracle. Thanks, Mark. Welcome, Mark, as well. My wife, Les, is now asking me updates of your whereabouts. Oh, what's happening? Currently in the south of France again, in Nice, with the wifey. So we're back home after our trip in South Africa, visiting her family, friends. Great time. And hopefully she asks you more about probabilities. Rolex are mass producing it. Now, I heard, yeah, they are now producing like 1.2 million watches a year or something. But yeah, I just like a watch that's just fits my outfit, or I like colors. I'm not really stuck to one thing, but I do like Rolex as a brand. Something it's the same as like I love Lamborghini from when I was very, very young. I always enjoyed that brand. The design of the cars is very sharp, which is something that I like. My motorbikes have been all sharp designs as well. I don't like very round cars. I like very sharp. And I don't know, Lamborghini from very early on has been a car I really enjoy. And it's like the same thing with the Rolex brand, that I guess from when I was younger, it was one of the things that like I would enjoy if I have the opportunity to buy when I grow up. And I don't really care about mass produce and all the intricacies and that sort of stuff. If I like a watch, I buy the watch. It's quite simple. I don't really care about, is the value gonna hold or down or up. I just buy it because I like it. I don't buy it as an investment. Shout out from SF. What's up, Julian? Welcome. Good to have you here. Shout out from the south of France. I just finished shedding all materials, medical reports, and my DNA. That's good. Can't wait to have 12 of me. Oh no. Nice vid about channels, by the way. Time to summarize my knowledge. Cheers, average kiddo. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, brand new video on the channel, which is this one here, about channels. Very requested topic. So was about time I made a video about it, and you have 34 minutes of a lot of information, examples, and hopefully learn a thing or two that you can use in your trading. Dumping, bye-bye. Makes me think of that meme with the kid waving, going down the slide. 67K. And then we move up. It depends on what equals up, because for me, the probabilities remain higher that we're looking for a bigger corrective structure. So even if we take the high, then still looking for price to come back down in the range in that case. Don't really like to go like too much in depth of local price section here. Like very low time frame at the moment, 15. I'm happy to go to the 15 in this move up just to see like, hey, this looks like a corrective structure based on the 15-minute time frame analysis. WXY is on the cards. But when you work on an X, or when you work on a potential, even a B for a flat, structures can be a lot bigger and longer and complex. And I like to be more patient with those structures. Karen K, you were about to explain what you're looking for in a range. Would you mind? Yeah. So when I say, you sometimes hear me say, oops, the chat's gone. Sometimes price is moving up or price is moving down. And when volume is increasing, I tend to say you want to wait for a range to form, because that gives you all the information that you need. And of course, sometimes it means you get a bit of a bounce or whatnot, but patience is one of the best skills that you can have in the trading industry, in my opinion. It will definitely help you. So some of the things that I look at, right? So for example, imagine this is a level of interest. It's an example, guys, right? So we have our level of interest here. And price comes down on volume. Wait, it doesn't even really matter. You don't even need a level of interest. If you wait for a range to form, stuff that I look at is CVD divergences. I look at the structure of the bounce. So if price moves up, what structure is this? Can this be an impulsive structure? Is it a corrective structure? Literally what I did here in the video as well. Does it look impulsive? Does it look corrective? What is CVD doing? Is it flipping resistance in support? Is it flipping support in resistance, right? Basically the tools that I use in all of my content is what I use when I observe a range. So I'm observing the structure, first of all, because Elliott waves, in combination with CVD, volume, horizontals, flipping support and resistance, losing levels, gaining levels. That sort of stuff. I mean, in the end, my way of trading is a combination of everything I show you in all of my videos. There's no hidden tools. Everything I use is what I show. But then of course it's the combination that makes it very efficient, which is different for everyone, as everyone is a different type of trader, uses different tools, different mindset. What is it like in the weekly? On the weekly, it's goed verhaal, lekker kort ook. Dank je, Mark. Yeah, thanks. No, living in France, there goes my Dutch. No? Weekly time frame. Currently, your primary count is this, where we have 4 or 5, right? So we're waiting for price to eventually move to all-time highs and wave 5 price action, impulsive price action. And your alternative is a double 1-2, where you then expect a much bigger move to the upside, right? So moving beyond the wave 5 target in the other scenario, and only have small ranges as price moves up on a weekly time frame. But at the moment, this is the most conservative and primary count, with the alternative being the double 1-2. So of course the weekly never really changes very quickly. Rock climbing tomorrow with my brother. If you never hear from me again, you know you know what happened. Well, hopefully we hear from you again. Are you rock climbing like the guy from Netflix, like a free soloing? Oh, it's quite cold now. I've been chatting a lot. But enjoy rock climbing, man. Sounds like a great activity. We can actually do that in the south of France as well here, I realized. There's some rock climbing activities here. Pleasure, Bladeu. Pleasure player. Sometimes you hear him say, oops, chat's gone. Like just now. What do you think is the most probable move next? Is there some error in my thinking? If I think we just had an X and are now making another ABC ending around 63, 64. Well, if we just had a finished X, then you would be looking for a flat. 1 second, let me put this. So if you have a finished X and you would now be looking for a flat in Y, then this being A, B, and now already looking for such low prices, it's low probability because your C would be incredibly long. Your B didn't take out this high as well, which is most common for an expanding flat. So what I would then prefer to see is that have a whatever 3-wave corrective structure here in your A, right? Whatever this becomes, doesn't really matter, but this is your A. You then move up, take liquidity, maybe even take 69.5K. That becomes your B, and then you have a deeper target for your C of your wave Y. Now the weekend is coming up, so that can be interesting for the weekend, as during the weekend you can work on finishing A and starting B, and then the moment next week opens, there's the possibility to finish your B and then start a C at the beginning of the week, grabbing the volatility or getting volatility, quick move down, take the lows, and then take it from there again. I just keep in mind the weekend, because generally the weekend is a sideways structure. And not clearly impulsive structures. Even if price escapes a range during a weekend, it generally comes back again. So, Vladimir, welcome. What if Bitcoin doing ending diagonal with wave 3 as a double zigzag? On what time frame, Vladimir Kim? On what time frame? I gotta know if this is daily or more local. But just answering the question, I suppose in general, wave 3 can be a double zigzag. Yes. I've blown up my account multiple times and revenge trading. I've been underwater for a couple of years. Sorry to hear that, Sam. I guess many people have been there. I think so. There's a few things with regards to psychology that I recommend, because of course this is usually, and revenge trading is a psychology problem, not necessarily technical. Like some people have a great strategy they can't execute because of psychology. So what I recommend to do is twofold. First of all, your trading account, right, that you access daily, should have a very low size. Don't put a lot of money in it, because you know that very likely you're losing it, because you're not yet stable. You haven't proven yourself that you can be long-term profitable, right? So it makes sense, even though you might feel like shit, you know, I lost so much, I gotta earn it back. The earn back will come, right? It will come at a later stage. You're not ready yet, right? The feeling of revenge trading is still there, using too high leverage, and then, you know, down the drain you go again. So first step would be to empty that account, only leave very, very little inside, no financial advice. And then, you know, use that maybe for fun and giggles, but don't put money back on again. So that is it. And then the most important step is to read the book, The Mental Game of Trading. It's in the description. The affiliate link doesn't work, so I appreciate the support if you use it. But I don't know. I've not figured out the Amazon affiliate stuff yet. Yeah. But nonetheless, Mental Game of Trading. Check it out. From Jared Tendler, great guy as well. Spoke to him now a few times as well. And I've read his book, I think, for the first time over a year ago, I think. And then read it a second time, then started to do the exercises in the book, got in touch with Jared as well. Because I think you can always improve your psychology. There's always something to gain. Even if you are an amazing trader, let me tell you something. What's the guy from Market Wizards? 1 second here. I'm gonna find him. There's one Market Wizard that has a very, very famous psychology coach. God, what are the names of those famous people, man? I never follow famous people. There's the speaker, this very, very famous like psychology, not trading psychology, but motivational type of speaker, psychology type of speaker with a very deep voice, very tall guy. God, I forgot the name, man. Yo, I'm gonna chat GPT this. Who is the trader that has a psychology coach being a guy that's a motivational, inspiring speaker with a very deep voice and tall? Let's see if I get it. Oh, yeah. So Tony Robbins. Yes. So Tony Robbins has coached traders and investors, and the most known one is Paul Tudor Jones. There we go. Thank you, Gal. Yes. Jordan he's a cool guy as well. But I was talking about Tony Robbins. So Paul Tudor Jones, one of the Market Wizards, basically meaning represented in the book Market Wizards, one of the best traders in the world, he has a psychology mental coach being Tony Robbins. And I believe they speak once a month or something. I don't know. You mean the daily time frame? Okay. But so they speak once a month. So I think there's always something to improve, right? Jordan is a cool guy. I don't know. I only saw some shorts, but in some of the shorts, it's interesting topics. I guess it depends on how much you know about him. I don't know a lot, but what I've seen online, some of the videos, to me, it looks like fine. But people will disagree. I don't know the guy. Maybe you know him better. But Tony Robbins and Paul Tudor Jones. So sometimes psychology is a little bit of a taboo in the industry. It's like, oh, I have such a good strategy. I should make money. I don't need help. I don't need psychologists. I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need to read a psychology book. I only need to read technical analysis books. I only need to know to change my plan, improve my plan, collect more data, more statistics. And one day, because this was me, one day you'll figure out that, I got quite a good plan. This was years ago. I got quite a good plan, but I somehow can't make it work. And that is the day that you're like, fuck, I've put so much effort and time into creating a strategy, but I actually never worked on my trading psychology. And that is why step 5 in becoming a profitable, consistently profitable trader is trade with a low amount of budget and work on trading psychology. So, yeah. So read the book, Mental Game of Trading, Jared Tendler. He's the guy that I am in touch with regularly myself. And I honestly think it's the best book on psychology. If it wasn't, then I wouldn't be in touch with him. You also, of course, have Trading in the Zone, which is decent, but it's, I don't know, it feels a bit outdated. It tells you what to do and what to be, but not necessarily how to get there. While in the Mental Game of Trading, you get a system that you can work on, which for me works a lot better because I need that, you know. Yeah, good stuff. 62K, unrealistic or realistic? Realistic for a bigger Y or a C in that case. We have some nice support, being a weekly naked point of control. Unemployment numbers, yes. Yeah. US election. Probably towards the election will be like moving closer, will be more volatile. Guys, I have no idea who that is. I don't generally follow too much of. I have my interest and I very much focus on those. So I never really follow what's happening in famous people world. You know. For sure, I will read those books. Yeah, cheers, Sam. So again, to summarize, step 1, and it will be tough in the beginning, but remove the funds from your account and keep $100 in or whatever, you know, like, because everything more is likely gonna go out again. You're gonna lose it. Step 2 would be read the book, maybe more. You know, you can read The Mental Game of Trading, Trading in the Zone, Market Wizards. I think those are some nice books. Market Wizards is mainly inspirational, which shows you can trade with any plan, any strategy, fundamental TA. You can do 1 trade a month, 10 trades a month, doesn't matter. 10 trades a day even. But it shows you the different possibilities in trading, which can make you feel more patient as well. Like, yo, this guy is one of the market wizards and he literally only puts on a few trades a year. And then you have another guy that's a scalper, you know. So that would be some of the stuff I do. And then execute, you know, work on your plan, your strat, work on your psychology, and maybe ask for help somewhere, you know. Instead of losing money in the market, one can also invest it into a session with a local or whatever trading coach. So no. Maybe even a business coach, because in a way trading is also having your own business. So Eric Dorio Laflamme, is there a way to add a line on the CVD-AG template for open interest? I know you can add open interest, but I'm not sure if you can do that with a line. I don't use open interest, so I'm not really knowledgeable on you know, that front. But you should be able to add an indicator here. Oh, community. Open? No. Do we have something with OI? Volume, average, dynamic volume. Is there no open interest? Oh, if not, then not. Will automatically appear in this list. Yeah. Oh, well, if it's not in here, then maybe it's well, maybe there's no open interest. Yeah, I don't know. I don't use it, so I actually honestly would have expected it to be in here. So there's me saying, oh, it should be in here. No, you can just add it, but I know I can't find it. Someone has to develop it. Anyone has interest. But what you could do, Eric, also with your latest comment here, is use exocharts or ATAS, so you can have CVD plus open interest. So you can remove AGGR from your browser and just open another window with exocharts or ATAS. ATAS is free for crypto, by the way. And you can just add CVD on there. Of course, you can have the same CVD line, but I think you can add two. Don't know if they have the aggregated one, but you can use those platforms because then you can also see the open interest. Plus, of course, order flow. Yeah. Due to differences in dopamine regulation, so they appear more cool to us. I love biology. So interesting take. And I mean, everyone has a different personality, so there's absolutely in some way a truth to this for some people, I can imagine. Do you have any trades open at the moment? Not at the moment. I just got back from holiday 2 days ago on Wednesday, so price was at the low pretty much. And I have some areas of interest below, and price moved up, corrective manner, no deep retracements, not really anything happening, or when I was awake as well, that really made me bite the bullet. So after holiday, I do like to get in, massage myself back into the charts. And at the moment, I don't really have too much interest. Weekend is coming up as well. Yeah. Yeah. Patience. Find would really like CME sweep. 70.9k is very interesting resistance, to be honest. Big volume level. If you do take out the high and go higher. Beer a bit, man. Beer a bit. Where did you... Oh, wait, it must be in your lounge, no? The Beerabit Lounge. If you haven't seen the Beerabit Lounge, by the way, make sure to check it out. Beerabit is the guy that got me in Elliott waves back in the day. He doesn't use Elliott waves himself, but he has an incredible, crazy amount of knowledge. And it's worth checking out this thread. So it's a thread of Bitcoin TA. So if you go to Bitcoin TA, you click on threads at the top. Oh, wait, you can't actually see it, but yeah. It's next to the pinned comment. Wait, like this. So you click Bitcoin TA, click on this, threads, right? And then ta-da. So very, very nice. And yeah, lots of information there. It's crazy. I mean, Beerabit is writing books. Where did you put it, Beerabit? Because then I can refer people to it if they want to check it out. I shared in the group. Must have been shared maybe earlier. Just make sure to tag me. I can share it somewhere. Thanks, Beerabit. This guy. That's awesome. Thanks, man. That's so kind. And yeah, if anyone else has an interesting template and feels free. Feels happy to share it, and let us know. My ATAS templates are also shared, but I don't use order flow and stuff. I only check point of controls, which are the two here. So that's it. the mystical skill of not needing to be in a trade. Yeah. The chart is always moving, always an opportunity. It probably feels like, but it's about finding your opportunity, like your edge. And I actually I got rid of the feeling of FOMO in my first year when I took a break of 2 months because I got pissed off with Elliott waves. And then I realized when I was not trading and active in, for 2 months, I just looked at the chart. I didn't do anything. And then I realized like, oh shit, there is a new opportunity every so often. So I don't need to, like there's great opportunities if I can wait for those moments. I learned a lot in that period for doing nothing. Learned a lot. Do you use daily and weekly levels close or not close open? No, I use daily and weekly resistance or support levels like this, but I don't use open or close. So this is a daily resistance, right? This candle moved up, next candle that day moved down, so this becomes an SR level. Same here at the low. Candle moved down, closed, next candle moved up, closed, so this is your level there. But I don't use the open or the close on these time frames. Bitcoin dominance topped out. I mean, we were kind of looking for a retracement. I have no idea what it has done. Is it moving down? No. Still moving up. It's such a slow grind moving up. So with the move to so the thing with dominance is you can't really do a proper count on this because you can never exceed 100% and go below 0. So basically on the dominance, what we're looking for is always to have 5-wave move up, 3-wave down, 5-wave move up, 3-wave down, 5-wave up and down, and just basically go sideways forever. Now you can see I have another white line at 59, well, basically 60%, which is an area of interest. The moment we moved into this section, I look for price to hit this area here. But yeah, we have some resistance coming up, if we can say it like this on a percentage chart. This is very messy, very like 4-ish price action, right? Where you have a couple of 1-2s, you get your 3, and then you get your couple of 4-5s to end the structure, and then get a bigger correction on the dominance. Yeah, it's interesting to look for weakness here. But I never really know how to analyze this chart. Like, yes, I can do Elliott waves in the move up, fine, but this is a volume profile. Can I use volume in a market cap dominance? No, I don't know. I don't use this, but it's interesting. So here you can see the value area low and confluence with the wide line as well. Point of control at 64%. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't really use it though myself. Curved, welcome, I'm new here. So what sort of trades do you do? I am a trader that trades Elliott waves as pure as it comes, usually for more swingy type of trades. And I also do day trading. That is my main thing though. I, for day trading, have my set of tools and my strategy. It includes Elliott waves, but I have other things as well that I look at for entry requirements. So yeah, I suppose mainly day trader, and then sometimes swing. Pinned. Oh, it's a pinned one. Let me have a look at that. Okay, pinned. Ah, wait. Oh, here we go. Odin, sir, please. Okay. Oh, thanks, Odin. Okay, that's awesome, and thanks, Beerbit. So this is a ATAS template. I guess includes order flow, because we were talking about order flow when Beerbit shared it. I'll make sure to have a look, and might actually need to put this. Yeah, I guess we should put it. We keep it in the thread. But what I can do is I can link this message from the good to know Yes, yeah, I can put it here. Yeah, this is the I use, and then the one Beerbit uses. Yeah, I can put it here. And then I link it to the thread so that we have another link towards the thread, so more people are able to find it, and they can then just download it in the thread as well. Yeah, that's very cool. If you want to download that, by the way, that template of Beerbit, just here are the steps that you can use for his template as well, like here. Oh, well, I don't know what chart you use though, but what has been your best Bitcoin trade of all time? The bullish move up from about 17K, I guess, average entry, to 25. So where was it? Because I was looking, there was still the potential to move down here. Only later did I enter again. But basically, this move here towards the upside, that's one of the best ones I've had. We had so many bullish CVDs building up here as price was moving up. Like, I could not be part of this. You know what I mean? Like, I had to be part of this. And then, as the moment this happened, it's not often you get such a move. Like, the moment we broke the high, we didn't just break the high, we busted through the high. You know, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm chilling. You know, I just sat back and waited for a range to form. There you go. And then, of course, on a high time frame, because this is daily stuff. So, you know, the moment you enter here, right, around 17K and price moves up, then you move up to a daily time frame, and now you're going to analyze the daily, and you're like, okay, we then have a 1 2, this is a 3. No, actually double, so 1 2 1 2 3, and you look for 4 5 4 5. So that is what I was waiting for. And at that moment in time, it wasn't yet too clear. Could this be A, B, C? And then, you know, you move back down, or are you going to continue? It's up for the doubts, but hindsight, everything is easy. But at the moment in time, this was surely one of my best moves. 100%, 100%. I mean, there have been more bangers, but it's just one I remember very vividly because it's the low. So, yeah, I guess in a way, I mean, you can do Elliott waves on the 1 minute time frame as well, but that's too much. Like, generally, Elliott waves is best on 15 and higher, so it can require a bit more patience. 15 minutes is still a low time frame chart, but Mool, welcome. The 886 on both sides. Well, locally here in this structure, I'm not really interested in looking at the 886s. The reason is that what is happening here can all be part of a bigger corrective structure, and I don't want to use the 886 in the middle of a corrective structure. So the only 886s that I'm interested in is an 886 from this high to the low, and an 886 from this low to the high. So the 886 here and the 886 here. At the moment, I have no interest in any 886s locally. The only thing we know as we hit the 886 here as well as here is the move down is low probability impulse, being a wave 1, low probability wave 1. And the move up is also a low probability wave 1. But the problem is that we're in a corrective structure, and I don't like to pull 886s from like in between pivot stuff in the middle. So even though I now know this is not an impulse wave 1 and this is likely not an impulse wave 1, it doesn't really guide me too much on are we going to take the high or the low, because you can still have a corrective structure here, A, B, C, for example, or even a flat. You can already have a flat, retrace 90%. A, B, C, take the low and then move up later. I don't give the probabilities to the 886 here. I use it from either the high or to the low at the moment. Those are the only two I would keep an eye on. Yeah. What's up, Sibel? Welcome. Tres... 1999, 2003. Wait, I'm on the wrong chart. Yo. So this is what happens when you only trade Bitcoin. I have no idea. How do I find that chart? 1999, 2003. Well, this is the I don't. My info doesn't go that far. But yeah, price. It doesn't repeat, but it can definitely rhyme. No. Dino Bro is back. You know who's also back? Wizard. He wrote a message yesterday during yesterday saying hi bro. And then we crash minus 50. Yeah, in that case you would need the ABC, Gabriel. Could this 6 months be a distribution? Yes, in that case you would label it a wave 4. Of course, accumulation would be more bullish. In that case, it's a double 1-2. The main thing is that you want, in both cases, to take all-time highs still. So you're still looking for all-time highs, and then the price action after taking all-time high is going to decide. Yeah. I see you with that Wyckoff. When Moon. Hey, Sibel, you should write a rap. So Sibel, everyone is a rapper, by the way. You should write a rap song about crypto or Bitcoin or something. You know, like maybe it can become a hit with like that like the crypto generation. You know? Become number one in the top 50 playlist. I defo can. Yeah. I mean, why not? Elections coming soon. That's correct. Yeah. I mean, next, what is it? The 5th of November. Next target is probably one of those 886, the high or the low. Yeah, but yeah, you can't really use it. So yeah, it's either or, but it doesn't give you an edge locally. Could you try to make a scenario where we crash 50% around 30K? Yeah, I mean, I arguably already have it, but it's just not high probability, as you know. Where is it? Oh, here. So you would need to look for something like this. If you want to take the high one more time, but by all means, yeah, take the high one more time. And then you move down, and then A, B, C, wave C to 30, and then move back up. And then on a weekly time frame, this is then going to be either WXY, right? Or 1, 2, 1, 2. In both cases, you look for bullish continuation. It's just that it's currently not the highest probability scenario. There's no reason to think it's the best scenario. You would need to see a lot more weakness locally. This also, again, a three-wave structure, increasing probabilities to take the high at some point. So yeah, you would still need to look for significant weakness if you want to make that a priority, like primary. Will it be 90K easy? Yeah, I mean, 90K would be minimum. If you go down to 30, your targets are gonna be higher. Yeah, because you're gonna be looking for either a double 1-2, which is gonna absolutely crush 100K, or a single impulse starting at 30, but then definitely higher than 90. Yeah. It's been a busy day. Missed the beginning. Welcome, Hudson. Hudson Hall of the stream. Is the highest probability to take the high, then maybe 60k, or is there a good chance you hit 60k before the high? So hitting certain prices is always tricky to answer. But to summarize the probabilities, which I guess is a good time to wrap things up. This will be the, and then the night hits. I guess we just, look, if anything crazy happens tonight, I might upload a video, but don't expect anything, because we did the live stream now. It's already 6:30 p.m. here in France. So probabilities, Hudson Hall, right? On a 4-hour daily time frame, we got a clear 3-wave structure down. Of course, also in the 1 hour, you can count this. So the probabilities are higher. The move down is corrective, which automatically increases probabilities to take out the high. So yes, your higher time frame directional bias is taking out the high. Now, if this is a finished corrective structure, we wanted to see an impulsive move up again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 continuation. But we wanted to see an impulse up, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a diagonal multi 1, 2. The problem is that the probabilities are higher that this by itself is also corrective. So the fact that you have a corrective structure, higher probability, corrective structure to the upside being a double zigzag in this case, what I'm looking at now, increases probabilities to also take the low. So in that case, right, zooming out, the bias on a higher time frame, yes, higher to take out this high. But the probabilities are higher. We are in an unfinished corrective structure. So even if you take out the high here and you would move up, probabilities are higher, you come back down, right? And still look for price to take the low. Which will come first, take the high or take the low? Don't know, right? Depends on the structures. No, because you can even have your wave A here, your wave B, take the high, and C inside Y. It's possible. What I'm trying to say is, generally, right, zooming out, probability is high to take the low. But this move up, higher probability, it's corrective, increases probabilities to take the low. The fact this is corrective increases probabilities that all of this is part of a bigger corrective structure, increasing the probabilities to continue the range as well as price to take out that low. If we do move up soon or whatever, take out the high, weekend is coming up. Generally, the weekend is a ranging environment. So if you are still somewhere here during the weekend, then probabilities are high. You're going to, stick around here. But if you do move up here and take out this high, probabilities are higher. You're going to fall down back in the range and move to the other side of the range, which is the low. So yeah. And that's basically it. Because this being a finished 3-wave corrective structure and this being an impulse up for impulsive continuation, low probabilities because of this move up being a higher probability corrective structure. ABC, correction, ABC, double zigzag looks a lot better than any corrective structure here. So therefore, probabilities are higher. We have an unfinished corrective structure. If you do move up to take the high, I'll look for price to come back down. Yeah. And then as price then comes down, it gives opportunities here to then look for another move up to then take the high and continue, right? So the second time around can lead to continuation to the upside. It's just that at the moment, if you would move up with the current price action we have, if price would do this and then blah, 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 and then move up, probabilities are high, you come down. But that's short term. So yeah. How low can we go? That depends on the daily structures, by the way, daily time frames. I have a bit of support to the downside here. This is a daily gap. Interesting, but actually more interesting would be 62K, 62.2 here, this box. And from an Elliott wave point of view, just so that we have covered that as well. You're looking for the same price action, to be honest. But from an Elliott wave point of view, invalidation of a multi 1-2 would be 58.8. You want wave 2 to preferably finish after today inside the box, 64.1, 61.1, right? Common target for a 2. But also in the diagonals, you're actually looking for preferably still a bit more downside and then take the high after. So these three bullish scenarios have the same price action. So it looks complex, like, yo, shit, there's 3 scenarios, but it's actually the same structure we're looking for. Is preferably we have an unfinished corrective structure locally. We're still looking for price to continue in a correction here, and then take out that high, and then what happens after, we'll see. Because either you continue in a 3 or you end a diagonal. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. It's time for me to stop the live stream and go do something else. What a day. If you haven't seen, by the way, if you haven't seen it, let me say this. Make sure to go to the YouTube channel. Check out the newest educational video here. If you want to support the channel, check it out. Give it a like. It's all about channeling the correct way. Unfortunately, I suppose many people online use channels, but actually don't really know how to pull channels that give you the highest or the most information, which then is reflected in your bank account in the end. Using random pivots will give you random results, but in this video I talk to you about how to use the correct pivots, which gives you results with a certain expectation that you can trade, which is a lot more profitable. So hopefully you find that useful. It's a way of analyzing the chart that I use myself. You sometimes see me use the channels also in content. And it can be very effective, especially if you use it for swing trading, for example, or even for day trading on 15-minute time frames. But yeah, it's useful, so check it out. So that being said, gonna wrap things up, everyone. Thanks for being here. Play it safe for you and me. Have a fun all into. What's up, Marta? By the way, welcome. Yo, Sam. Good to have you here. Thanks for popping in at the end. Have a good weekend. The content during the weekend is always a bit random because it depends on my availability. But on Sunday we will have an altcoin stream again. Let me check here. So I need to put a vote online for that. Yeah, Sunday I have time, so we'll have an altcoin stream on Sunday. Usually we do like 5 to 10 alts on that day. It will go through a voting, so I'll put you will see the link either in Discord or the community post section in YouTube. And tomorrow I'm not sure. I have a busy day tomorrow with my wife as we go to Monaco. Have some appointments there. May have time to do a live stream though at some point, but I'll let you know in on social media. And if I go live, I'll make sure to plan it up front so that you can see the planned live stream and the time. So yeah. So have you got yourself a new tower? No, not yet. I mean, we have a gym nearby and I go to the gym all the time. So and this gym actually has all the, like, it has a pull-up bar, has dips, has everything. They have towers there, so that's nice. So I just go there all the time. Put something nice in the background, I know. But this is a furnished rental apartment. It's easiest to move countries if you go to a furnished rental. So that's where we start, and it's awesome. I mean, it's an awesome apartment, but of course when you come here, this room, my office, is like the second bedroom, and it's very empty on the walls. But I also don't want to put too much effort into the room because we know that we will move again likely next year, maximum 2 years, to a bigger either apartment or house. So I don't really feel like putting a lot of effort in this stuff, Yeah. Anyway, always nice chatting. Okay, thanks everyone for being here. Stay in touch. If you have any questions, you can find the comment section, of course, below the video. Live stream, but it will be video soon. Or ask me questions in Discord or wherever, and I'll make sure to get to you, or someone like Jeroen or someone of the mod team or whoever. So thanks everyone, and I will see you another time.